In this video, we're gonna introduce LibreCAD video course. So we're gonna create a video course dedicated entirely to this software because it's open source and everyone can download it and install it. And as you see, this is an example. You can create an entire project in architecture or engineering or any technical drawings that you want. And this is gonna be vector graphics. So it's gonna be scalable, and you can use it also for graphic design if you want. So can have many applications. Now in this course we're going to focus more on the architecture part, but the same way you can design an apartment like this, you can design anything else like graphic design or engineering design or industrial design and so on. So this will be the interface, and in this first lesson we're gonna see how we can download, install, and then we're gonna do an introduction, and we're gonna see how we can customize a little bit the interface and also how we can reset everything if we did something wrong. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is to download and install the software, and this is really easy. Just look for LibreCAD.org on Google or any other search engine. So this one here, there you go. Just click here and you can see here there are many information on the software. So all you need to do here is to go to the download section or area and choose if you want to use it in Mac, Windows, and Linux. So this is really handy because if I can use it in any operating system. So I'm not limited to use it in Windows or Mac like some other software. And I can choose to download it from SourceForge or GitHub. So in my case, I went for SourceForge. I already downloaded and installed it, of course, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. So here, just click on download and just wait here. The download will start shortly, and it should then open up a window where it's going to ask you where you want to save it. There you go. So you can just click on save, and that's going to be saved anywhere you want in your computer. And we're going to proceed then to the installation next. Now, before we get there, I just want to tell you that LibreCAD is open source, so it's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to register or anything. But what you can do is participate and support and, donate something to this free open source alternative to other more expensive software. But if you want, and this is also a simpler and faster software than like AutoCAD or other, and also that is free. So if you want, you can also use AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is like the most popular and most diffused AutoCAD software. CAD means computer aided design, which means that you basically design or draw and you are helped by the computer. That's pretty much it. So you can use graphic design and vector graphics for engineering or architecture. You can use it for graphic design, like Illustrator, for example. So you can use Illustrator, or there is also an open source alternative, which is Inkscape. And if you're not satisfied, if you want more, I suggest you can use BIM technology or software like Revit. Revit can create 2D drawings and 3D models and much more in simultaneously. So you can create really complex projects and manage complex architectural projects. So BIM technology is really important for those of you who are in the architecture business or engineering business. So this is just to show you some alternatives and some other tips, but you can also, if you want, you can write in the comments other suggestions for other users and so on. Now, if I go here in the download folder where I download the installer for LibreCAD, I'm just gonna double click to start the installation. So I'm gonna say yes, and just go through these various stuff that it's asking me. This is the folder where it's gonna be installed. Click on install. Now, of course, it's not letting me install this because I already installed it, so you cannot install it twice. So I'm just gonna stop this and just close it. Now, when you're finished, you should have a desktop icon or an icon somewhere, or you can search it in Windows or Mac. And of course, you just need to double click and open it up, and that's it. It shouldn't take more than like 5 minutes because it's really, again, not a heavy software at all. It's really light and you can open it really fast and easy. So this one here is a project already, but you shouldn't see this the first time. You should see everything totally black, but I'm gonna show you how it's gonna look like when you first start. And we're gonna start from zero. We're gonna start from scratch together. We're gonna develop and improve in each lesson. We're gonna increase the level of difficulty, and step by step we're gonna get here. And also we're gonna go further. We're gonna create drawings with annotations and so on. So this is kind of the middle of the video course right here. This is a drawing, and we can see here that we are already using layers. So if you see it down at the in the right side here, this is the layers that I'm using. So you can work with layers. Layers are a really handy tool to manage your project. So it's for managing the different parts. So you can see here I have like furnishing in one layer or walls in another layer. So it will help me to manage the project. It's a management tool basically. And well, this is one of the many panels and toolbars that you will find, and I'm gonna explain to you little by little everything. So the first thing we can do here is just have a quick overview of the interface, and then we're gonna see what we can customize a little bit, what we can change. Now the first thing I want to show you here, if you go in the options menu, drop down menu, and you go in the application preferences, this is where you can start to customize your application. So essentially the whole software. And one really important thing, first of all, if you want to change the language, you can do it right here. This is the user face language. So you can choose all of these different language if you're Spanish or Portuguese, or in my case, I'm Italian, so I would go for Italian, but in this video course, I'm gonna keep it in English to be international so that everyone can follow. And also when you change the language, many words are gonna stay in English and some will be translated, so not the overall interface will be translated. So this is just to show you a really important tip, just to start on your own language. Now let's see quickly how the interface is structured. So I have the drop-down menus here. This is really common with other software, and these are the shortcut keys if you want to remember them. Now, for example, in the file menu, this is where we can create a new one, or where we can open an existing one. Now, or you can save it. And one important thing to know is that here we will, if we go, for example, to export, we can export in SVG format. And if you want to save it, so let's say that we want to save these as, there you go. So I already saved this as lesson 1. And you can see this is DXF. This is the format that is going to be used to save and also to open. So if you have DXF formats, it will be fine. But if you have DWG instead, because AutoCAD usually uses DWG, that's not going to be fine. You need to convert in DXF, or you need to export from AutoCAD or any other 2D or 3D application in DXF in order to use it in LibreCAD. Or you can try also with SVG. Now, if you're in trouble with this, if you don't have the right format, you can always convert it using a converter, an online converter from DXF to SVG or from DWG to DXF. And if you want, you will find a video guide explaining to you how to use this converter in the channel. But if you don't find it, write in the comments, ask for assistance. We're gonna indicate where that particular video guide is. So if you have DXF, no problem if you're working with DXF, because LibreCAD uses DXF. And also you can see here, we can print and we can preview the print, so we can actually then see the printing part later on, where we will finish and finalize our work. So this is the file menu, really easy to understand, really straightforward. And then we have the options as we saw. Now we also have options for the current drawing, the widgets, the device, and other stuff. In the edit here, we can just copy and paste, undo, redo. This is really important if you want to go back and forward. For those of you who don't know, they are like really beginners to digital world. Control Z is to go back in history, Control Epsilon is to go forward. So if you do something wrong, you can press Ctrl Z and go back. Now in the view here, you can see that we have some navigation tools, or for example here we can just turn off the grid on the background. Now those dots there and those lines represent the grid, and if you want you can work on that grid if you want to create something modular. Otherwise you can just go like draw freely on the dashboard here however you want on this black Canva. And let's move on. This is the part concerning the plugins tools. So to draw, for example, I can get here a line and I can select here the 2-point lines, just click with the left mouse and create my line. And here you will set up the way you wanna show your drawings. So which layer you wanna use, which width and which type, and you can override, let's say, what you're using here in the layers. So this is something that we're gonna see later on, but you can see here that the 0 layer is turned off. So if I draw, I will not see what I'm drawing until I will open up this layer right here. So layers are good for visibility and to understand better which part is which. So it's good for reading the project, reading the different parts of a project. So be careful though, that if you draw on a layer that is not visible, you're not gonna see what you're drawing. And this could be one of the first issue that you can encounter. So you can use the tools here to draw, or you can use the toolbar. You can see here on the left side we have a toolbar, so you can also get the line from here. There you go. And press ask anytime you want to ask a particular command. So every time you click on something, you're probably gonna start a command. If you want to end that command, just press ask on your keyboard. You're gonna exit all the commands that you're working on. And also you can click and drag here, so you can place these anywhere you want. So you are not you don't have strict rules here. You can do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna click here and drag this stuff around. So you can see I don't have now a left toolbar. So you can customize the interface however you want. You can also close here these widgets, but I think that these are really important. And you have here the command line. Now this is another way you can create an object. You can just type the name of the command. So if I type line here and press enter, now I am in the line command. So I can continue to create lines. And now these are visible because the layer 0 is visible. And as you see here, I'm working on this layer here with the layer width and with the layer type. So I'm gonna press ask if I wanna exit the command. Otherwise, I'm gonna continue to draw lines all around. So this is command line. I think it's helpful sometimes, but not every time. What is really helpful here is the layer panel. So I'm definitely gonna keep that on. And here then you have other panels like the block list, the library browsers, and other stuff. But you can also close this. You can close everything, so you have this nice and big black dashboard that you can use. Now on the bottom here we have other toolbars. Again, you can click and drag these and place it however you want, wherever you want. So I can like really explode everything here and make a mess if I want. I can also use more screens if I have more screens. And this is the bottom widget that will help you to understand where you are in X, epsilon, Cartesian field, or X, epsilon axis. And also it's going to give you some hints and it's going to show you some information essentially. Now, if we go on the next drop-down menu, this is where you can actually see the dock areas that you can then reactivate. So top and bottom and right. So now there is nothing in the right widget or area, but I can open up here. You can see the other widgets that I've just closed. So if I want here, I can open and close widgets. So let's open up the layer list again, and there it is. So this is where you can again customize and manage the toolbars, the panels, and everything else. So you can just click here and open up extra toolbars and place it wherever you want. The more toolbars you want to insert, the more panels, the less space you will have to work. So it's up to you. Just gonna show you here real quick how you can do it. And perhaps we're gonna come back on this later. This is just an introduction, a panoramic view of what we can do. Now, also we have drawings, so you can use this window mode here, or these well, we're gonna talk about these layouts also later on. And you can see here the document we are working on, and if you have other documents or other drawings that are open. And here you have the help, by the way, if you need additional help. Now, what I'm gonna do here, you can see I've done a little bit of a mess. Is I want to reset everything from the beginning, because I want to work with you and be synchronized, so that no one can be like confused on what we're doing. So I'm gonna use the standard interface. I'm not gonna use customized interface to teach you how to use LibreCAD. So what I'm gonna do here, if I want to go back to the original state, if I want to reset everything to the factory state, let's say like this, I can go again back on the application preferences, go here to the defaults, and you can either clear the settings for the layout, so the part that you see here, or just everything. So if you click on all, it's gonna reset everything about the software, including the custom menus and toolbars. So everything we customized so far will be just cleared, and we're gonna start all over clean, and as we had never opened up LibreCAD before. So let's say yes, and of course we need to restart to see the changes. So we're gonna say okay, close everything up, and I'm not gonna save these, so I'm just gonna close without saving and reopen the application. So there you go. You can see now I have this kind of welcome screen, and here again I can choose the default units and the language. So this should be like when you first start LibreCAD. So you can set up these things as soon as you open up the software. Now, when we use AutoCAD or Revit, so other 2D CAD applications or BIM applications, usually they work with millimeters. So you can leave millimeters now, you can change it later, or you can just set up another units if you want, like inches or foots or whatever. So I'm gonna go for English, and then say okay. And this is gonna be your starting point. It's gonna be like a black, total black sheet, and you have only the grid that you can also deactivate if you don't want to use it, but we're gonna keep it on. And so this is the really standard interface that you're gonna see the first time you're gonna open up LibreCAD, and we're gonna use this again as a basics so that everyone can be on the same page, synchronized, and we're gonna proceed together little by little to learn all the different tools here and see how we can create a professional technical drawing using LibreCAD. Now, before we finish, let's finish the quick tour that we made. Now, this here, including the grid snap, these are our snaps that will help you to work more precise in your drawing. And also, again, you have like the widgets here. So usually you will find the same commands that you find there on the top. And again, if I want to get rid of these, I can just close them and then reopen them from the toolbars or the widgets. So again, we are now in the standard situation. So for this video, we're gonna end up here. And if you like it, please subscribe to the channel. If you wanna support us a little bit and give us your thank you, you can support the channel as a supporter by joining the channel. And if you want, you can also check our other video courses on AutoCAD or Revit or other 2D and 3D software that you find in the channel. If you need some indications, if you need some help, write in the comments your questions or also suggestions if you want for other users. So this will be all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.